Now we want to start generating some blogs. So let's move this in line because I like to keep everything neat. And let's start creating our blog. So for this, we're going to use an Anthropic node. And for some reason, it always defaults to having a chat message received, but I don't want that. I'm just going to connect it up to my previous node. There we go. We've got the Anthropic model. This node is going to be our content writing node. So, just as before, we don't actually really need to do too much configuration here because everything is stored in the configuration sheet. We can literally just take what we have here and put it into the LLM chain node. So, let's start configuring this. We're going to define the definition below. We want to add a system prompt, and this is going to come from the email system prompt node. Let's make that first, so now it knows which item to take. So this is the system prompt for this content generation node, which we're going to be writing blogs for. So it's letting them know the role, highly skilled blog writer, SEO expert, you're writing blogs for code creations. I've given them a chain of thought to follow in terms of the actual task that they need to complete as well. This really helps to improve the output from LLMs for sure. So I want you to fully understand the contextual data provided and the research. I want you to write 3 blogs. I want you to ensure that the blogs do not overlap in terms of content because I want to be posting these in a sequence and I want each one to kind of lead on from the last. I've given a whole bunch of rules as well, so the blog can't be longer than 1,500 words. It needs to be in English, no Americanisms, so no like Zs when there should be Ss, that sort of stuff. And it needs to be highly optimized for SEO purposes as well. So in the research that came from Perplexity, it should have included... let's have a look here. Within the content, it should have included research. It should have also have included citations, which it did. And finally, it should have included a whole bunch of SEO keywords as well. So, just to double check, we're going to paste that in. So we've got the system prompt, that's fine. And then in the user prompt, we basically just want to provide the research that it needs to write the blogs based off of. Here is the research that you must use. And let me just check the email system prompt once again. Okay, so what I'm going to do, there's a few variables that I'm going to pull in. I'm going to put it under a header as well, actually. I'm going to put it under data. So we've got research topic, that is this. Just pulling the first item from this because there is only one. We want the target audience. That's not going to be research topic, that's going to be target audience. And then we've got the research content. And we're going to provide basically everything that Perplexity came back with. This. So let's have a preview of this just to have a look at it quickly. So yeah, this is the information that I'm going to pass as the user to the LLM. Giving it the research topic, the target audience, that's fine, that's pretty expected. The research, so this is the actual research that Perplexity has conducted on the research topic, so all to do with sustainability and energy consumption. It's given a list of citations, so that's great. And most importantly, it's given a list of SEO keywords as well. So this is perfect, this is exactly what we wanted. Brilliant. Okay, we've got everything that we need then in that case. The last thing to do is we're going to pass this into a specific format because we're then going to use it to then insert into the Google Sheet. We want it to be in a structured format. We don't want it to be coming back with anything. So we're going to go into the Anthropic model. You can choose whichever model that you want, of course. For now, let's go with Sonnet 3.5. That should be fine. And then in the output parser, you can test around and see which output parser works best for you. I've seen a lot of different methods of using output parsers in NAN. To be honest, the most robust one is actually having 2 separate nodes. So having an LLM chain and then having a separate node afterwards that is just focused on parsing. But for now, I've used the auto-fixing output parser quite a few times, and this works quite well. This is basically like a self-healing sort of like a mechanism. So it'll basically use an LLM model to decide whether the output that has been provided fits the output that you want. And if it does, then it will continue, but if it doesn't, then it won't continue. So what we need to do is we need to use a very similar structure to what I've specified here, because that's the structure that we want. So we want blog1, and that is just a string. And then we can just copy this twice, and then just make sure that the JSON is formatted correctly. Okay, cool, that looks fine to me. So now we've got all the information, we've got the structured output parser. Let's run this and let's see how this turns out. Let's save it as well, why not?